Hey everyone, welcome back to Pick of the Week. This time I'm featuring the 18th studio album by Paul McCartney titled Egypt Station on Capitol Records from 2018. I was not expecting this. I mean, at this point, Paul McCartney, he can retire, but yet he still delivers us fantastic music. And it was just a joy to listen to. Admittedly, the first few times I heard it, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. But this last time I really sat down, kind of went through all the lyrics, let it just absorb into me. And it's just so nice. This is McCartney just doing his thing. I mean, it's just so neat to hear a master at their craft and still producing fantastic songs like he did on this album. So with that said, let's dive into it. First up, we have Opening Station, and it is basically the sounds of city life or maybe a train station, and slowly kind of brought up in the mix volume-wise is this really kind of angelic choir sound. And that's pretty much it. That's the song. It's only about 42 seconds. And this leads us right into track 2, I Don't Know. And I love the kind of haunting piano opening of this song. This doesn't last very long as the drums kind of kick in and the song picks up tempo. And overall, this song it's kind of bittersweet. It's sort of about admitting that you don't know everything. You get things wrong and you don't know why. It's overall kind of about humility. And I think that's very telling coming from McCartney at his stage in his life and what he's gone through and just all that he's done. To have this song come out of him is really quite interesting.
I don't think I can take any more. What am I doing wrong? I don't know.
The piano work throughout is one of my favorite aspects, especially the instrumental part towards the end. Track 3 is Come On To Me, and this has a very commercial vibe about it, and I mean that in the best possible way. It's just a very pop rock sound. It's got a great sing-along kind of anthem feel about it. Lyrically, this sort of takes, it kind of feels like a romantic comedy in a way, just the subject matter of what the lyrics are going on about, just how the guy, it sort of plays with that trope of the guy being a little unsure and he needs a little bit of validation from the girl he likes. And that's what this song is. It's kind of all these different moments of, will they get together or won't they get together, and just sort of trying to like not make a big deal about it, not making a big scene, and maybe that relates to McCartney and just sort of dealing with paparazzi and not wanting his romantic life being very public.
So you flash a smile that seemed to me to say you wanted so much more than casual conversation. If you come on to me, then I'll come on to you.
Rounding out side A, we have Happy With You, and this might be my favorite song off of this record. It's one of those songs that only McCartney can write, or at the very least, this to me is McCartney at his best. Just these really heartfelt songs, and I think I'm partial to it because one of my favorite songs that he wrote is Blackbird, and this song has a very similar feel to that.
I used to get stoned, I like to get wasted, but these days I don't, 'cause I'm happy with you.
Lyrically, it's so sweet. I mean, especially when you realize where McCartney is in his life, he just really appreciates the small things, doing the simple things give him the most joy, especially when it's with the person he loves. And I just love the sentiment of that, just the sweetness, the wholesomeness, the McCartney-ness of this song. It's just, so good.
See the mighty ocean break like a sailor's warning.
Side B opens up with Who Cares, and I'll admit this is not one of my favorite songs off of here. It's not bad, it's just, I don't know, it's not very compelling to me. It's basically an anthem for, not letting the haters bring you down, basically. Track 2 is Pho You, and this was the first single I heard off this record, and honestly I was surprised that this was McCartney. This has a very modern pop rock sound to it. I would expect this from a younger band, but no, McCartney pulls this out of his hat. I don't know how he does it, and it's very sweet. I love the idea of it, just sort of this selfless love, this almost reckless, madly in love with somebody that you're willing to do anything.
I could stay up half the night, but I'd rather hit the road. On the night that I met you, I was on the town.
And I know some people take issue in how he pronounces "for you." It kind of sounds like F you. And I see where people are coming from, but it doesn't bother me. See what you guys think.
I just wanna fuck you. I just wanna fuck you.
Track 3 is Confidante, and this is another wonderful, bittersweet, slow song from McCartney. The chunky guitar really does it for me. I love the sound of that.
Unlike my other so-called friends, you stood beside me as I fall.
Lyrically, I love how it's about a past lover, and there's like this remembrance of this past lover, and I just think it's so telling of McCartney and where he is in life. I really like the sincerity of this song.
You used to be my confidant, my underneath the staircase friend, but I fell out of love with you.
Track 4 is People Want Peace, and right out of the gate he hits you hard with these lovely McCartney lyrics. They just pepper your ears. It's like popcorn popping. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you with something important to say. With some trepidation I crave your attention, but I'm not gonna let anything get in my way.
Overall, this is a very inspirational song. It's got a great feel about it, and it's all about wanting inner peace. Like, everybody wants inner peace in their life. They want to feel that calming nature, and I really like the idea of this song. But I gotta say, the drums and the choir at the end, so good.
People want peace. Yes, we want peace. People want peace. Yeah.
Rounding out side B, we have Hand in Hand, and this is just another stellar McCartney slow song with some great piano moments throughout. His vocals on here are also really great, and lyrically this reminds me a lot of Happy With You that we heard earlier on the record, and I feel like they're kind of sister songs and how they kind of tackle the same sort of emotion. This is just about experiencing life with the one that he loves, hand in hand, and I think that's very sweet.
Hand in hand, walking through life and making our plans. Hand in hand.
But my favorite part is, I think it's a flute, could be a recorder, not exactly sure. Some sort of woodwind instrument has a really great solo. Kicking off side C, we have Dominoes, and I just love how the opening verse melody rises and lowers in pitch. It's very, very catchy.
As time time goes by, we'll laugh and cry. It's in the past. We can start to begin.
And overall, this song has a very Wings era feel to it, at least for me.
We can start to begin, living in the world we will.
Now, the instrumental breakdown of this song towards the very end really does it for me. This helps to keep this song sounding fresh and new, and it really makes it stand out among all the other songs on this record. Track 2 is back in Brazil, and funny enough, this was actually recorded in Brazil. Overall, it's a funky, fresh dance song. It's something I would not expect to come from Paul McCartney, but the way he does it, it comes off very naturally, and I am impressed.
Back in Brazil, she meets a man. He's tall and handsome, and he fits in with her plan.
Track 3 is Do It Now, and oh my goodness, oh wow, this one hits me hard, man. You can tell Paul is speaking from experience. This song is all about don't wait. Do it now while you're young and you can still see and hear and feel. Don't wait till you're too old to experience life. Ah, my goodness, this is such a wise man passing down his knowledge to the next generation, and I really, really like that.
Don't know where the wind is blowing, got directions to where I'm going.
On top of that, it's got a real White Album era vibe to it. I don't know if it's the harpsichord or just the way the guitar sounds, but it hits me again in that special space. This is one of my favorite songs off of here.
Do it now, do it now, while your vision is clear.
Track 4 is Caesar Rock, and I'm still not sure how I feel about this track. There's just something that's not working for me on here. I don't really know what it is. It could be the repeated yas during the chorus. I don't really know. I'm gonna let this one grow on me, but let me know what you think down in the comments below.
Caesar Rock, it's Caesar Rock, it's Caesar Rock, Caesar Rock.
Opening up side D, we have Despite Repeated Warnings, and oh my gosh, is this song a journey? It is very theatrical. Now, lyrically, you can read into it if you want, but on the surface, this song is about a headstrong captain of a ship that is headed for disaster. Something's coming up. It could be the Titanic and there's an iceberg. We don't really know. But everyone on the ship, his workers, the scientists, whoever, are telling him, dude, we need to correct our course, otherwise we're headed straight to danger. And yet the captain doesn't do anything about it. So that's kind of the overall story. Musically, there's like 3, maybe 5 sections going on. It starts off very somber.
Despite repeated warnings from those who ought to know.
Then it breaks into this driving beat. It's much more intense. It really helps to tell this story that danger is coming immediately.
How can we stop him? Grab the keys and lock him up. If we can do it, we can save the day.
And then the horns come in to kind of give it a more positive spin. Like, no, we can handle this. We can make this. We can fix this. And then the song kind of returns back to that string-heavy section.
To the will of the people. It's the will of the people. It's the will of the people.
Overall, I really dig this song. It's got a very operatic, theatrical feel about it. Track 2 is Station 2, and this is very much like opening Station. It starts off with city sounds, and then that choir comes in. And what's cool is that this song ends with this what sounds like a street musician at first, just a guitarist kind of maybe warming up, starting to play some tunes. But as the volume increases, so does the fidelity. Like it opens up until you realize that this is the start of our last song, which is Hunt You Down, Naked, and C-Section. That's right, this is a medley, a 3-song medley. Now, for the 3 different parts, Hunt You Down's got a great rockin' vibe about it. I especially love the use of cowbell throughout. Excellent choice, McCartney. And then Naked is much more piano driven. I didn't connect with this section as much.
I keep waking up when I'm trying to sleep. I've been naked since I was born to follow you wherever you go.
But C-Link, oh my gosh, this was my favorite part of this medley. It's got, I believe it's McCartney just wailing on the blues guitar, just making that instrument sing. And underneath it, you got the strings just really helping to support his playing. I love hearing a master at his craft. Like I've already said at the top, just McCartney just playing away. And if it's not McCartney, I am mistaken. Either way, it's a beautiful section, and overall, this is one of my favorite moments on the record, and it makes sense why he closed the album with this. All right, let's talk about the packaging. Now, I have the regular edition right here. It's just a single jacket. It's a little bit bigger to accommodate 2 records. Now, this imagery right here is a painting. Actually, it's 2 different paintings by Paul McCartney called Egypt Station and Egypt Station 2. So that's where you get the name of the record here. On the back, you get the title, listings, more of that lovely artwork. Now, I will say that if you like this album and you like this artwork, I highly recommend picking up one of the many different deluxe editions. It fully expands on this artwork, and I think it's totally worth the money. All right, let's take a look at the records themselves. Now, each of these come in a lyric sleeve with some great photography of McCartney recording the songs. Really dig that. The records themselves, here is side A and side B. I really dig these custom label art. There is side C, and finally side D. Well, everybody, this has been Egypt Station by Paul McCartney. It's just a wonderful album. I highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't already. And if you have, be sure to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.